today we're going to be going through a stretch and release Pilates session today. So all you'll need is your lacrosse ball or tennis ball to start with. If you don't have that, you can skip this part. So we're just going to head over to the wall. We're just going to take our tennis ball and we're going to place it just onto the muscle that sits between our shoulder blade and our spine. So leaning against the wall, you're going to place the ball there, and we're just going to take the feet hip distance apart, lean into the wall, and you're just going to roll up and down, finding any little tight spots running between the shoulder blade and the spine. So you're just staying on one side. The more you press into the wall, the bigger the stretch or release of the muscle it will be. If you do have shoulder injuries, this might be a little bit painful, so just take your time with it. You're aiming for about 20 seconds, so just do a little bit more work in there. Once you're happy with that, you're going to just take the ball over to the right side onto our shoulder blade. So it should be just sitting onto where that bone is on our shoulder. We're going to lean against there, and we're just going to draw little circles with the ball there. So just rolling it back and forth. Nice, and just finding those tight spots through our shoulder blade. So these are where all your rotator cuff muscles sit. Usually they can become a little bit tired and tight. You can move the arm around as well to find different spots on the shoulder. We're just going to stay there for a little bit longer, finding any little tight spots in there. Leaning into the wall and releasing the muscle out. And then we'll just take it over to the other side. Taking it in between the shoulder blade and the spine again, you're going to lean against the wall, bending the knees, feet hip distance apart, and just lean into the wall there. Nice. So the more pressure you want, the more you need to lean back. You're just going to slowly work into that muscle there, finding where it needs to be released off. And then once you're happy there, we're just going to take that ball over onto the shoulder blade, so onto that bony part on the back of the shoulder. You're just going to lean into there, drawing little circles. You might need to move around to find the right spots, and you can lift the arm up, move the arm around to find any other areas. Just going to stay on that for a little bit longer, rolling into the muscles. Usually one side is a little bit tighter than the other. It's always good to know. We're going to grab our ball and we're going to take it to our upper glute, so it should be just onto that high part of our waistband. We're going to lean back into the wall, and we're just going to roll back and forth, staying on one side, twisting around so the ball comes to the side of the hip. And we're just working into those muscles. Once you feel that muscle starts to relax, or you didn't feel like it was too sore, you can take that ball a little bit lower down. You will find that some muscles around the glutes are tighter than the others. And you're slowly moving that ball further and further down into the main bulky point of our glutes. So you can draw little circles through there, or you can rock side to side. And then we'll take it over to the other side. So starting high up onto the waistband here, you're going to lean against the wall, and you're just rocking back and forth, getting to the side of the hip, just at the top of that IT band, and then moving that ball a little bit lower down, working into those glutes. It's a really good one to release out if you do have tight lower backs. Usually the glutes are working a little bit harder, so they become quite tight. So it's rocking back and forth, moving that ball into the deeper parts of our glutes there, and drawing little circles through there. Nice. We're going to take that ball off the wall and we're going to pop it down onto the floor. So we're just going to give our foot a little roll out. So we're going to place the ball underneath the arch of our foot, and we're just going to roll the ball underneath, specifically into that midfoot. That's usually where you'll find the tightest point of your foot. If you are finding this is a little bit tricky for balance, you can always hold on to a wall. And if this is too much pressure for you, the further your foot is out, the easier it is for you, the less painful it will be through the muscles. So So we're just going to lift our big toe up on that side and roll through that foot to finish. Usually it's on that instep that's the tightest, but everyone's got slightly different types of feet. And we're going to take it over to the other side. So just rolling through the foot there, finding any little tight spots. Nice, you can lift the big toe up and that just brings on a little bit more of a stretch through the foot. Nice, last little bit. And then we're just going to take that ball over to the side and we'll come back to that in a little bit. We're going to take our feet just hip distance apart here and we're just going to relax our shoulders down. You should feel equal pressure in your feet. You should feel those hips are pointing forward and the shoulders are nice and relaxed. We're going to take a breath in through our nose and lift our arms up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, we're going to take our arms over to the right and lean in towards the right hand side, stretching out the left muscles. Holding here, taking a breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, take it up and over to the other side. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, bring it up to the top. We're going to let those arms come all the way down. We're going to tuck our chin into our chest and we're going to roll through the spine here. So we're relaxing the neck and the shoulders, relaxing the head, just until our arms drop down. We're going to hold it here, trying to not let yourself hinge back into your heels. And we're just going to draw little circles with those arms. So you're relaxing the arms, it's gravity more moving them. Our head is relaxed, we're not holding tension into our neck, and we're just opening out into our shoulders. On your next breath out, you're just going to let those arms start to sway in the other direction. Nice. Taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next breath out, you are going to just relax those arms, try and let them stop naturally. And then slowly peel your body all the way back up, letting the head be that last thing to lift up, and then give those shoulders a little roll back there. We're going to take our feet a little bit wider here, toes are going to point out. We're going to take a breath in, we're going to reach our hands back up to the top. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate our body round to our right side. We're going to take a breath in, lift those fingertips high to the ceiling, and as you breathe out, let the arms relax down. We're going to tuck the chin to the chest, and we're going to roll down our right side here. So slowly curling down. We're going to mainly focus on that right leg, behind the back of the leg into our hamstring. You can either have the hands around the ankle, the calf, or the knee. And you're going to slowly pull your nose in towards your leg there. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Try and not hold the tension into your upper body. Holding here for another breath. And on your next breath out, tucking the chin back into the chest as we start to slowly roll our body back up to the top. Nice, coming back up into our center, giving the shoulders a roll back, taking a breath in, reaching those hands back up to the ceiling. Breathing in, rotating over to our left side this time, reaching those fingertips high. And as you breathe out, let the hands relax down. Tuck our chin into our chest and slowly roll down that left leg. Trying to keep the hips facing forwards. Slowly rocking our body down. You can either wrap your hands around your ankle, your calf, or your knee again. And we're just relaxing the head down. Trying to get that stretch all through the back of our left leg into our hamstrings. Holding here for another couple of breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next breath out here, we're going to start rolling our body all the way back up. Letting the head be that last thing. Coming back into our center and give the shoulders a roll out. We're going to come over to our mat when you're ready. We're going to take our feet just hip distance apart. We're going to take a breath in, reach the hands back to the ceiling. As you breathe out, we're going to let the hands relax down. We're going to tuck the chin to the chest and we're going to roll through the spine. Coming all the way down, our hands are going to come onto the mat. If you can't do this with straight legs, just bend your knees. We're going to walk our hands about 1 meter away from our toes. And we're going to have our heels nice and high. So we're tucking our chin into our chest. Our hips are nice and high. We're pushing the weight through our hands. And we're onto our balls of our feet. We're going to bend our right knee. And as you breathe out, you're going to push your left heel into the floor. So you should feel that stretch down the back of the left calf. And on your next breath out, swapping sides. So you might not be able to get your heel onto the floor, and that's okay. You're just slowly working into the muscles. Going for that one more time, breathing out, pressing that left heel into the floor, bending our right knee. Keeping the pressure through the hands, keeping the head tucked in. Swapping for that last time. Pressing through the heel, bending our left knee this time. And then on your next breath out, we're going to lift both heels nice and high, tucking the chin into the chest, push through the hands, and come into that nice downward dog position here. Pressing the heels in towards the floor, both of them down, and hold the stretch. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And getting that big stretch down the back of both calves. Nice. On your next breath in, we're going to let those heels lift up. And breathing out, dropping down into 4-point kneeling here. We're going to take our knees underneath our hips. Our hands are going to come underneath our shoulders here. We're going to take a breath in. We're going to tuck our chin into our chest and we're going to lift the rib cage nice and high. As you breathe out, you're going to let your chest drop down. You're going to roll your shoulder blades back and you're going to look up to the ceiling. So you're going for the two opposites of each other. Breathing in, lift the back up to the ceiling. Think of a piece of string, drawing the rib cage up as high as it can go. And then breathing out, relaxing it back down. Rolling the shoulder blades back and arch the back. Nice. From here, we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to take our right leg forwards. We want to have our foot just in front of our knee. We're going to place our hands next to our big toe. And as you breathe out, we're going to lean forwards. And we're going to stretch through the front of our left hip. If you would like to accentuate this stretch, you can curl up underneath your toe and you can come up into that full lunge. If that's too much for you, that's okay. It is a stretch class, so you want to make sure that you are relaxed. We're going to take a breath in here. We're going to lift our right hand up and we're going to breathe out and rotate it over towards our right hand side. Opening out the chest, pushing through our left hand. And then on your next breath out, bring that hand back down. We're going to take our weight onto our left leg. We're going to sit back onto our left knee. We're going to straighten our right leg out, toes pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to drop our hands onto either side of our right leg. And as you breathe out, drop your nose towards your right knee. And get the hamstring stretch there on that right side. So if you want a little bit more here, you can take your left hand and hold it around the base of your right foot. And pull yourself in a little bit more. We are aiming for the back of the leg on the right side to be stretched here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're just going to hold this for another couple of breaths, making sure we're not holding tension into our shoulders. On your next breath out, we're going to drop that hand back down if it was on the foot. We're going to bring our right leg all the way back, and we're going to come over to the other side. So we're going to take our left leg in front this time. We're going to take our hands next to the side of our left toe, and we're going to lean in towards our right hip this time. If your knee is going over your toe, just bring your foot a little bit more forwards. Remember, you can curl up underneath your right foot to come into that full stretch, but it's totally up to you. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, we should be feeling that stretch through the front of our right hip. You might get a little bit underneath our left hamstring as well. Just depends on how tight those muscles are. Holding for another few breaths, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And on your next breath out, we're just going to place our right knee back down onto the ground. You're going to lift your left arm up. You're going to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're just going to rotate the body over to the left, pushing through the right hand and holding that stretch there. So we're opening out that chest. We're getting a little bit of rotation into the thoracic spine. And then on your next breath out, bring the hand back down. We're going to take the weight into our right leg. We're going to lean into the back leg there. Take the left leg forwards, toe pointing up to the ceiling, hands on either side. And as you breathe out, we're dropping that nose down towards the knee. If you want a little bit more, remember you can take that right hand and use that to pull you in a little bit closer. Each time you breathe out, try and relax your body down a little bit further into the stretches. Nice, relaxing that body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Holding here for another couple of breaths. Making sure you're not holding any tension into the shoulders or the upper neck. And on your next breath out, we're going to bring that foot all the way back in. We're going to take our hands forwards. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to pull it into our chest. And we're going to take it over to the left hand side. We're going to place the shin down onto the floor. It should be at about a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to let our back leg, so our left leg, slide all the way back. And we're coming into a piriformis stretch. So this is our right side into our glutes. We're going to drop down either onto the elbows or you can stay onto the hands. And you're just going to relax the body down there. So the bigger the angle of our right leg, the more of a stretch you're going to get. So you can pull the leg out and then lean back over. The main thing is making sure that we've got weight in both sides. We're not letting our hips twist. And we're just relaxing that upper body there. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice, holding here for another couple of breaths. Trying to relax the body down a little bit further each time you breathe out. And then if you are on your elbows, you're going to walk up onto your hands. We're going to hold it here. If this is enough for you, you can stay here. The further you walk yourself back, the deeper the stretch is going to be. If you want a little bit more, you're going to pick up your back leg. So your left leg, you're going to take your right hand and you're going to catch the back leg. Pulling it in for an extra stretch, you will get that into the front of your left thigh. And just holding here for another couple of seconds. If you can't grab the foot and you are wanting to try this, use a towel or a TheraBand and you can wrap it around the ankle and then grab the foot. Or you can get somebody willing to hold your foot and you try and fish for it. And it's when you're ready, dropping that foot down if it's up. We're going to take our right leg back, and we've got the other side to go. So we're just going to take our left leg, we're going to take it through, place the shin and the knee onto the mat, and as you breathe out, slide that right leg all the way back, either staying onto the hands, or you're going to take yourself onto your elbows and just relax the head down there. So you're getting that stretch just through this muscle into your glutes. Nice, just relax the body, making sure we've got equal pressure through both of our hips. We're not letting our shoulders lift up. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Holding here for a couple more breaths. Remember, each time you breathe out, try and relax the body a little bit deeper into the stretch. And on your next breath out, bringing yourself back up, walking those hands closer towards your body, and you can bend your right knee this time, left hand coming round, and you can catch the back leg there. We'll just hold for another couple of seconds, bringing that body into a little bit of a deeper stretch there. And then on your next breath out, we're going to slowly come out of that position there. Taking that leg back and coming down. We're going to come onto our knees here, and we're going to take our left leg out towards the side. So we're going to have our toe pointing up. We're going to take our hands into the middle, and we're going to slowly slide that leg further away. So you can sit back onto your heel. That slightly takes the stretch away, or you can lean forwards onto your elbows or stay onto your hands here. So you're wanting to slide your left foot further away to open out the muscles in our inner thighs. And we're just going to hold it here, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and making sure that you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Try and not let your toe drop in towards the middle like that. You want to have your toe pointing up. That just protects your knee. Gives you a better stretch as well. Nice. We're just going to hold here for a few more seconds. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth here. On your next breath out, we're just going to bring that left leg all the way back in. Coming over to our right hand side, we're going to have the weight into our left knee this time. We're going to take our right leg out and we're going to point the toe up to the ceiling. We're going to slide that leg away. You can take the hands down in front of you. You can come onto the elbows. You can sit back onto the heels. And you're going to slide that leg further out and hold it there. So you will find that one side is usually more flexible than the other. It's always good to keep aware of these because usually that's why we get injuries. Trying to not let our toe drop in. We're keeping our toe pointing up so our knee is protected. And we're just relaxing into that stretch. Nice. And then from here, on your next breath out, bring that knee all the way back in. We're going to find our ball again. If you didn't have a ball at the beginning, grab yourself an aerosol can or something that's quite solid. We're going to come sitting onto our mat, and we're going to place our ball just on the top of our calf here. So popping the ball onto the floor, we're going to bend our other knee up, and we're just going to roll through our calf. So you want to have the ball pretty high up to start with, and then you're just working that ball down. Usually you'll have trigger points on the inner side and the outer side of our calf. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time working through there on each side. So if you want to start on the side that's injured or you know is tighter, go for it. And you're just moving that ball a little bit lower down towards our ankle each time. I find that these are more effective than trying to foam roll your calf because it's more pinpointing. And if you want to be really cruel to yourself, you can use a golf ball because that gets right into it. Same with the foot. Using a golf ball as well can be pretty nasty, but effective. You're just using that ball, rolling it down. Nice, last little bit on that side. Turning that foot in and out to find other spots. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it over to that other side, placing the ball underneath the calf, starting high up. And you're just going to rock it back and forth. And then leaning into that, rolling into the side. I would usually find that it's the inner part of my calves that are quite tight. But wherever you're feeling that muscle is tightening, just stay on that area and just work into the muscle. Obviously, the more pressure you put through, the deeper you're going to get into the muscle fibers. So if you do find that your muscles are quite tight, or you have just gone for quite a big run or some exercise, I suggest to be quite light for this. Last little bit, working that ball down towards the Achilles. Nice, moving that foot in and out. And then we'll just pop that ball over to the side. We're going to take our feet together and we're going to let our knees drop apart. We're going to come into an inner thigh stretch. We're going to push our knees out wide and we're going to lean forwards. If you want an extra stretch, you're going to take your knees and you're going to place the elbows onto the insides, and we're just going to push our elbows out wide. Relaxing the head down, relaxing the body. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, pull yourself further into your feet and open out through those inner thighs. Nice. On your next breath out, we're going to slowly roll ourselves back up. We're going to take our knees together. We're going to place our hands onto our balls of our feet. And as you take a breath in here, we're going to tuck our chin into our chest. And as you breathe out, we're going to slide our legs away. So we're going to go as far as you can. If this is as far as you can with your bent knees, that's okay. You're going to keep going out and out and out until you can feel that big stretch. If this is too much for you, walk your hands up the leg and just hold either your knee or your calf. And each time you breathe out, try and let your legs slide a little bit further away. Try and let your body drop into your knees a little bit more. And obviously keeping that head relaxed, keeping the neck and the shoulders relaxed, and focusing on your breath there. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling gravity, just pushing that back a little bit further down. Letting the tension come away from the hamstrings and away from that lower back. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. Holding for another couple of seconds. And on your next breath out, slowly letting your hands release. Rolling your body all the way back up to the top. We're going to come having a lie down onto your back here. So we're just going to bring our knees into our chest and we're just going to have a little rock from side to side. So you can draw little circles through the lower back if you'd like, or you can have a rock one side to another. We're going to place our feet onto the floor so our knees are bent. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to press through our heels and we're going to roll our spine all the way up into a bridge. We're going to hold our bridge here. We're going to take our hands and clasp them underneath our body. And as you breathe out, think about pulling your hands towards your heels, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And we're going to push the chest up to the ceiling and push our hips up to the ceiling. Squeezing the glutes. Breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out, slowly tuck the chin back in, let the arms relax away from each other and roll through the spine. Feeling each part of that back dropping down until the hips come down. Going for that one more time, breathing out, Roll through the spine. Think about the hips leading first. Engage the glutes. Squeeze all the way up to the top. Wrap the hands together. Breathing out. Push the hands towards the heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push the hips high. Holding here. Taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly letting yourself rock all the way back down. Letting the hands release away. And slowly rolling in. Nice. We're going to keep our right knee bent. We're going to take a breath in. Bring our left knee into our chest here. We're going to give it a little cuddle. And then we're going to take our hands around the back of our thigh there. We're going to lift our leg up to the ceiling there. If you want that extra stretch, pull your toe towards your nose. Holding here. You can walk the hands further up the calf if you'd like a little extra. Making sure that you're not lifting your head and bracing into your neck muscles. On your next breath out, keeping the left leg, we're going to take it onto our right knee and we're going to push our left knee away from us. So we're just giving our glutes a little stretch on that left side. If this isn't doing much for you, you're going to take your hands and wrap it around your right thigh and pull it in for a bigger stretch. Holding here, breathing in through the nose. Remember, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Trying to just focus on the muscle that you're stretching, which should be that left side. We're going to keep our left leg as it is. We're going to drop our right foot onto the floor. Take the arms away if they are. We're going to take our arms nice and wide. And we're going to cross our left leg over the top. If you do have a painful back and lower back, you can stack the knees together. We're just going to drop our knees over to the right hand side. And we're going to have a look over to the left. So we're opening the muscles out through the lower back. If that is too much, remember you can just stack the legs on top. Holding here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You might be getting a bit of a stretch through the front of the pec as well on that left side. And as you breathe out, you can uncross those legs or you can bring them all the way back up. Coming over to that other side, bending our left knee, bring our right knee into our chest, give it a cuddle. Pull the knee in towards their chest there. And then we're going to cross our hands behind the back of our leg, or you can lift them up towards the calf, and we're just going to lift the foot up to the ceiling, flexing the toe, stretching all the way through the back of our hamstrings, walking that hand a little bit further up each time. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth here. And then we're going to take that right foot onto our left knee. Push the knee away if you want that easier stretch, or you can wrap the hands around your left hamstring and pull it in for a bigger stretch there. Whichever works for you, everyone's slightly different. Holding here for a few more breaths. And then dropping our left foot down. We're going to take our arms nice and wide. We're going to cross our leg over the top if you want an extra, or just stack the knees together. You're going to breathe out and rotate over to our left side, stretching all the muscles through our lower back. And we're having a look over to the right side there. So we're opening all those muscles through the front of our chest as well. And just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth there, just relaxing the body down. Holding here for a few more breaths. And as you breathe out, bring the body back into the center. Bring our knees into our chest. Give our back a little roll in. We're going to have a roll onto our tummy to finish here. We're rocking over. We're going to come on towards our elbows, or if you would like, if you have a little bit more of a flexible back, you can come onto your hands. You're going to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to arch your back, and have a look up towards the wall. You can, if you want a little bit more, press through the hands and come into that full back extension. We're going to hold it here for a few more seconds. On your next breath out, slowly let yourself come back down onto your tummy. We're going to do that one more time. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, press back up either onto the elbows or through the hands and arch through the back. On your next breath out, slowly drop yourself down. We're going to push back on towards our heels, letting our feet come together, knees apart, and we're going to drop down onto our heels, walk our hands forwards. We're going to drop our head towards our mat and walk our fingers in front to open out through that stretch. Trying to not let your elbows drop down. If you want more of this stretch, you can place your hands onto a towel or a foam roller, and that gives it a little bit more. You should be feeling it through your lats. We're going to walk our hands over to our left hand side and just lean slightly into our right side, so we're opening out the right side of our lats there a little bit more. And then take it over to the left. Nice, last side there, leaning into our left side this time, hands coming over to the right. Taking our left hand nice and wide, right hand nice and wide, finishing here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, opening out through our chest. Walking our hands back underneath our shoulders, curling up underneath our toes, breathing out, pushing back into our downward dog position, pressing through the heels, slowly walking our feet and our hands in together, letting our body drop down towards our legs there, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And on your next breath out, you're going to start rolling through the lower back, and then the mid, and then the upper, and then the head, and then lifting those hands up to the ceiling to finish. Breathing in at the top, and as you breathe out, relax the hands down, give the shoulders a roll, and you are done.